The Ohio Healthy Food Cooperative, called Healthy Food because we want to provide only the very highest nutrition vegetables. My name is Dale Larson. I'm the founder of a company called Micris that designs specialized gardens that take all of the luck out of gardening. Anyone can be a master gardener and without a lot of work. I've been gardening since I was 7 years old on my father's truck farm near Detroit. I'm an inventor, a student, a teacher, and a dreamer. My dream? Feeding the world with healthy, non-GMO food using sustainable systems that can be made affordable for all. I have finally found the way to make it happen. I'm 83 years old and I do not have much patience with delay and excuses for not getting on with it. In 2006, I wrote a book titled Sustainable Agriculture Through Animal Waste Management that was not received by its intended market, dairy farmers. I found that the owner of a 1,000-cow herd had an investment of more than $10 million and was losing $500,000. This photo shows why. Farmers with lagoons filled with manure have to get rid of it before it overflows. Their practice is to dump it on any available field, kidding themselves that it is fertilizer. This 20-acre field was flooded with 200,000 gallons of liquid manure, about 1/3 in the early spring before planting, and the rest before the end of the year. The following crop year, 2015, the yield was 30% less than the previous year because of the huge amount of phosphorus supplied. Corn ears were half the size of normal. The point of my book was that sustainable use of manure to make biogas to generate electricity and heat on the farm created the opportunity for greenhouses with lighting for year-round production. This eliminated the problem of reluctant utilities that made it impossible to finance biogas electricity projects. Other aspects included the sale of the 28% solids biofertilizer and the use of broiler manure to enhance biogas production. Busy dairy farmers cannot take on additional work unrelated to cows. The KIS syndrome, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, eliminates complex solutions. The choice to ignore the possibilities and alternatives has cost dearly. 19 years of $500,000 losses equals $9.5 million. We have invested over $300,000 in our work of 10 years to eliminate hunger and improve health with nutrient-dense vegetables. My trips to Midwest cities have been a frustrating experience, looking into community gardens and nonprofit organizations' futile waste of money and energy in tiny half steps toward food security. I burned out 2 computers in my relentless analysis of data in Excel spreadsheets with almost 11,000 hours of work. I have learned a lot. Much of it was the development of the statistics showing the importance of scale, critical mass. Critical mass is the level of production that reaches a point where all of the variable and fixed costs are covered, with a surplus remaining. With 11,000 hours of such work, I may be an expert. The windowless hulk at the right is the old Michigan Central Railway terminal in Detroit, abandoned 40 years ago. It stands as a symbol of the decay and the lack of will to work towards solving the problems of unemployment, poverty, and hunger, and urban decay. What is the relationship of the scene on the previous slide to urban decomposition? The Ohio Healthy Food Cooperative has found biogas animal manure processing systems that have sufficient size and scale to create a cash cow that will produce enough revenue to make a significant contribution to rebuilding America. We can do it now. We must do it as a cooperative effort in which we can all prosper from our. I'm not an academic dilettante. I'm a worker with calluses and stained overalls who can think outside the box. I do not raise money. I raise vegetables. I formed the OHFC Cooperative to initiate a new crowdfunding portal, Co-op Capital Funders, to present a mechanism for people disenchanted with the failed capitalist system exemplified by the Greenspan-Yellen Federal Reserve and its Wall Street sycophants. Cooperative capitalism. I hear the descriptions of the Gar Alperovitz cooperatives, a Youngstown sheet and tube steel mill, shut down in 1977 because it could not compete with foreign suppliers out of an obsolete facility. A workers' ownership plan was set up. This was a failure because the same obstacles that faced the shareholders continue to exist. There was no financial basis for the proposed cooperative steel mill. The great wealth of the Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, and Case Western Reserve University combined to back another cooperative in Cleveland. It cost $17.5 million to build a 3-acre hydroponic greenhouse to grow head lettuce and herbs, 2 crops. It seemed to employ about 25 workers and is managed by a fundraiser. This greenhouse is heated with natural gas. Imagine what that costs. The worker owners are paid $10 an hour and have $1 deducted as member subscriptions. The Ohio Healthy Food Cooperative plan, with its biogas-centered facilities, will pay as much as $30 an hour and generate enough capital to replicate itself 50 times in 5 years. At the same time, it will build 900 rural and urban farms in food deserts. 50,000 jobs with $26 million invested. No hydroponics. Natural materials in a growing mix equals healthy food rich in minerals, enzymes, and vitamins. There are no spent hydroponic fluids from our greenhouses polluting Lake Erie.